Love, love, until I feel the breath of the Spirit flowing in me.
Hello and welcome to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. Today our guest is Father Colin Xavier, who is a Catholic priest in Fawkner, and we're going to be discussing Our Lady Queen of Peace's message from June the 25th, 1988, and it's on healing. Welcome to the program. Good to have you back again, Father.
Thank you, Mirella. Thank you.
All right, so we'll start with the message on June the 25th, 1988. Our Lady said, "Dear children, today I am calling you to the love which is loyal and pleasing to God. Little children, love bears everything bitter and difficult for the sake of Jesus, who is love. Therefore, dear children, pray to God to come to your aid, not, however, according to your desires, but according to His love. Surrender yourselves to God, so that He may heal you, console you, and forgive everything inside of you which is a hindrance on the way of love. In this way, God can mould your life, and you will grow in love. Dear children, glorify God with the canticle of love, so that God's love may be able to grow in you day by day to its fullness. Thank you for having responded to my call." So that's the message, Father. It's lovely how Our Lady's talking about everything here. I'll start with sentence by sentence. Our Lady said, "Dear children, today I'm calling you to the love which is loyal and pleasing to God." I like the way that she used the word loyal, because sometimes we can love the same. Like, we need to be loyal to one another as well in loving, not deceive people or not. We know in ourselves if we're being loyal in the way we're loving, don't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, what would you like to say about it?
I love that again, where Mary calls us her children, and she says, "Dear children," addressing us, and I'm calling you to that love which is loyal and pleasing, and that's Jesus.
Yeah.
The love of Jesus.
Yeah.
He has shown me that. So to that particular love, that is loyal and that is pleasing to God.
Yeah.
That's purity, as you stand there, just pure. There's no kind of dark glasses, you're just there shining, brilliant. And she's calling us to that love that can shine, and that pleases God, holy.
Yeah, It's beautiful. Little children, love bears everything bitter and difficult for the sake of Jesus, who is love. I mean, sometimes in life, we go through different things in our lives, and things may be difficult for us, but the love that we have must bear that difficulty.
Yes.
And keep loving through it, as Jesus loved through His difficulty on the cross, going through the cross.
Yeah, we see it in everyday life. So when a mother is ready to go through hunger and pain and suffering, that her child may be healed, the child may grow in the right way. And so I think love bears everything bitter and difficult for the sake of Jesus, who is love. Jesus, I think He's our model.
Yeah.
And He's shown me the way. He has walked that way. And so I want to walk, as I walk in the footsteps of Jesus, I'm ready to carry my cross. I'm ready to share the burdens with one another. I'm able to lift the downtrodden, and comfort those in pain and suffering. I think that's what I'm ready to do, that because of what Jesus has done for me.
And we can also, like at that time, unite our pain with Jesus on the cross. If we're going through difficulty, we're not going through difficulty on our own. We're
No.
going through it with Jesus. So we
Yes.
just unite that pain with Him,
Yes.
and He will help us.
We are never alone.
Yeah.
He's always with us.
Yeah.
He's always with us. We may not see Him, or we may not feel that presence, because we tend to focus on my own pain, on my own loneliness. But then when I just come to myself, I will always feel there is a presence.
Yeah.
There's someone. So I'm never alone. Jesus is with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. Our Lady said, therefore, dear children, pray to God to come to your aid. Not, however, according to your desires, but according to His love. So, yeah, what would you like to say about that, Father?
Yes, I will always stand in need of calling, and my prayer that I call upon God to come help me. So if there's anything beautiful, if anything noble I can do, it's because the Lord responds to my call.
Yeah.
So in my difficult moments, look at society around. You and I and our viewers can be the only ones who want to stand up for Jesus, and yet others can ridicule me. I mean, they can say things that can be hurtful.
Yeah.
But I call upon the Lord to help me, to still spread love, to still heal where there's injury.
Yeah.
And so all our viewers also who are watching this program will always are people of prayer. See, they are people of prayer, and they in their own beautiful way, they let the love of Jesus shine through them as they call on Jesus to aid them, to come to help them.
That's great. We'll have to go to a break now, Father. You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly. Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Father Colin Xavier from Faulkner Parish, and we're discussing Our Lady Queen of Peace's message from the 25th of June 1988. Welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you, Mirella.
So we're going back in the early days of the messages, some of the earlier days. Anyway, Our Lady said as well, surrender yourselves to God so that He may heal you. So surrender yourselves to God so that He may heal you, console you, and forgive everything inside of you, which is a hindrance on the way of love. So I love how she says, just surrender everything to God so that He may heal you. Like, give all to God and He'll work His magic,
Yes,
God-given, talent through us.
yes, because He's got the best plans for us.
Yeah.
And Mary reminds us that He's got the best plans to surrender. Because the more I am stubborn and I want to do my own way, my own stuff, my own will, I'm never really free.
Yeah.
But when I'm able, we are built in such a way, we are being constructed in such a way that God has made the Creator in such a way that the more I'm open to do God's will, the more I surrender to His plans, I am healed. There's nothing in me that's kind of demanding things for myself. I'll be a giver, just like the Lord, just like God, who keeps giving us all the time.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Our Lady said, in this way, God can mould your life and you will grow in love. It's like we surrendering to God so He can mould us the way He wants us to be, to do His will.
Yes, like the prophet Jeremiah at the potter's place. Each time the potter sees a pot that is not formed well, he just destroys it, and then he redoes it. He does it again, and that's what the Lord is doing. He's just molding me and building me and making me into a beautiful temple for Himself. Yeah. And when I'm a beautiful temple, then I bring people in to me to pray. So I'm just an instrument of God's love.
Right.
You know.
That's beautiful. Our Lady said, "Dear children, glorify God with the canticle of love, so that God's love may be able to grow in you day by day to its fullness." Thank you for having responded to my call. Was there something you wanted to say about that one?
Well, I just love our Blessed Mother always ending up, she wants us to hear a message. She says to us, "Thank you for responding to my call."
Yeah.
Yes, it's very clear that God's love may grow in me day by day to its fullness, because I'm created for love. And so the more I allow God to work in my life, the more I surrender to Him, the more I let His will be done in my life, I reach my full potential.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And there's another message from October the 25th, 2002, where Our Lady talks about miracles. And she says, "Dear children, also today I call you to prayer. Little children, believe that by simple prayer miracles can be worked. Through your prayer you open your heart to God, and He works miracles in your life. By looking at the fruits, your heart fills with joy and gratitude to God for everything He does in your life, and through you also to others. Pray and believe, little children. God gives you graces, and you do not see them. Pray and you will see them. May your day be filled with prayer and thanksgiving for everything that God gives you." Thank you for having responded to my call. So that's beautiful, isn't it?
That's a lovely message again.
Yeah.
A message of comfort,
Yeah, that she can make miracles. Also,
Yes.
that our dear children, also today I call you to prayer. Little children, believe that by simple prayer miracles can be worked. So a simple prayer can, make a miracle. It's so beautiful, isn't it?
Because I'm surrendering completely to God.
Yeah.
When I pray, I just surrender.
Yeah.
I empty myself into Him.
Yeah.
And say, "Lord, you take control." And so when He takes control, beautiful things take place.
Yeah, it's like a humility
Yes,
to just let
giving
go.
yourself totally to Him. It's like the little child. When you hold a little child's hand, the child knows he or she is safe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there's no fear. There's nothing.
Yeah.
The more I gather together in prayer, the more I'm able to talk to my God in prayer.
Yeah.
I'm just letting His will unravel through my life.
Yeah.
And then whatever I ask for in prayer, it will be granted, because my will is united completely with God's will. And I say, "Let your will be done in my life, Lord. I'm an instrument. I'm just here for you." And then He is able, as He used Mary, the Queen of Peace, as she said yes, He'll use me, He'll use you, He'll use all of us. And we will see wonderful things taking place, things that we never ever dreamed of.
That's beautiful. Our Lady said, "Through your prayer you open your heart to God, and He works miracles in your life." So we open our heart to God, like through our prayer we open our heart to God, and then He can work miracles. I guess if we have a closed heart, because some people say nothing happens because they don't pray or they don't believe.
They have a backup
They're
plan.
waiting. Yeah, they're waiting for something to change them. But it's a different method, isn't it? It's like through your prayer you open your heart to God, and He works miracles in your life. He can't work them unless we open our heart.
Because I think, for me, the miracles will be the ordinary things of anyone who believes. Mary was able to say, "My soul glorifies the Lord. He who is mighty has done great things for me." So the miracle of God taking flesh, coming to live within her, it was His plan.
Yeah.
So she surrendered. She said yes, and Mary was the one who carried Jesus, brought Jesus into the world. Now that's a great miracle.
Yeah.
And yet, because for one who believes, all things are possible.
Beautiful. We have to go to a break now, Father. You're watching Spirit of Life. Stay with us. We'll be back with more very shortly.
Go till I hear but breath of thy Spirit flowing in me. Go till I hear but breath of thy Spirit flowing in me.
Hello and welcome back to Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich. If you've just joined us, we're here with Father Colin Xavier, a Catholic priest from Fawkner Parish, and we're discussing Our Lady Queen of Peace's messages. And this one, welcome back to the program, Father.
Thank you, Mirella.
And now we'll discuss the message from we'll read the February the 25th, 1995 message, which is a beautiful one. Our Lady said, "Dear children, today I invite you to become missionaries of my messages, which I am giving here through this place that is dear to me. God has allowed me to stay this long with you, and therefore, little children, I invite you to live with love the messages I give and to transmit them to the whole world, so that a river of love flows to people who are full of hatred and without peace. I invite you, little children, to become peace where there is no peace, and light where there is darkness, so that each heart accepts the light and the way of salvation. Thank you for your response to my call." So that's a really, really, really beautiful message, isn't it? It's about the flowing of love.
Yes, it's a message that we need today.
Yeah, exactly.
In our present time.
Exactly. Well, just read the first bit. "Dear children, today I invite you to become missionaries of my messages, which I'm giving here through this place that is dear to me." So she wants people to give her messages out, to say her messages, to pass it on to other people.
It's very true,
Yeah.
and that's why the very fact that Mary is appearing even today is she wants her children, she wants the children of the world to know this very urgent message,
Yeah.
to hearken to her call, to listen to what her Son wants of us.
Exactly. And it's something powerful. It's something so huge and mind-blowing that she can appear, like she's really appearing to these people, and
Yes,
people
yes.
aren't taking it seriously. Like
Yes.
that Mary is coming to heaven, from heaven to earth, is a
Yes.
huge thing. We're lucky we're getting this information.
Well, she is the Queen of Peace, and that's
Yeah.
why she comes to give these messages of peace. It is a very urgent thing today.
Yeah.
It's a very urgent call for us as Christians, Catholics, anyone with a heart that wants to do good, to be messengers of peace, messengers of love, to bring the message, her message, of peace to the world that we live in today.
Yes, it's so important. And then Our Lady says, "God has allowed me to stay this long with you, and therefore, little children, I invite you to live with love the messages I give and to transmit them to the whole world, so that a river of love flows to people who are full of hatred and without peace." So, wow,
It is, as we see today, look at society today. And with all that tension, that senseless killing, so much sin, kind of avoiding. This is, it's not convenient to follow the commandments. When we don't follow the commandments, there's going to be no peace.
exactly.
When there's no love, there's no peace at all. And so that's why Mary wants us to be messengers, to let this love flow into the hearts of people who are so hard-hearted, people who just don't like to face the truth. But again, it's you and I and all of us who are here watching this program. We need to still be strong and bring the message of peace that the Queen of Peace wants us to deliver to her people.
and to bring that love to others, because
Yes.
and also it's a relationship thing. Like when you communicate with someone else and they feel your love, then then it just changes things.
Yes,
Whereas people
yes.
judge, if people judge when they don't know people,
Yes.
they can't really feel the love. They don't.
Yeah.
They sort of. That's why our ability to love others and reach out is so important, isn't it?
It is. It
Just
is.
to be that presence. Our Lady also said, "I invite you, little children, to become peace where there is no peace, and light where there is darkness, so that each heart accepts the light and the way of salvation."
A beautiful example we have today is our Holy Father, Pope
Yeah.
Francis.
Yeah.
In such a beautiful way, he just lets the love, that peace, the light of Jesus, the warmth of Jesus, the comfort of Jesus flow through him. So even those who do not believe still have a great respect and love for him.
Yeah.
And Mary calls us that we must bring light where there's darkness and hatred and sin. Mary asks us to bring peace where there is so much unrest. And, it is a call for today, and it is an urgent call. So as disciples and apostles, as the faithful who want Jesus to be the Lord of our lives, must listen to Mary, the Queen of Peace's message to us today.
Exactly. And if you can't feel love for someone, then pray for them. And Mary, I think one of the visionaries had said that as well, that if you can't feel love for someone, pray for them, and then you'll soon love them.
Oh yes,
You know,
that's right.
even if you just keep them in your prayers and say, this difficulty I'm having with this person, you keep praying for them. Eventually,
Yes.
when you see them, you'll see something
Yes.
different happen.
Yes.
A different shift,
St. Francis of Assisi puts it beautifully well. Make me an instrument of your peace.
Yeah.
So if I just can't, because the other one doesn't agree with me, doesn't mean I need to knock them out of my life.
That's right,
I be a messenger of peace.
Exactly. And I think that's what we all need to learn as well. Not everyone can be the same. We can't all have the same views and the same this, the same that.
Oh,
we
no.
have to just accept the Jesus in each person individually.
Yes. Oh, we thank God we are different. Each one, it'll be a very boring world otherwise. But each one's different, but the great respect and use the gifts, the graces that God has given each one to make this world a better place, to come to know Him better and love Him.
Exactly.
Through the intercession of Mary.
And would you like to finally, before the end of the program, we're just about to end, give all the viewers and all of us here in the studio a blessing, Father?
Yes. And may the blessing of Mary, the Queen of Peace, be with us always and make us messengers of peace. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit bless you and keep you safe. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Father, and thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you, Mirella. Thank you.
You've been watching Spirit of Life. I'm Mirella Rich, and our guest was Father Colin Xavier. Hope you enjoy the program. See you soon.
Bring it to birth and blow where you will. Blow, blow, blow till I be but breath of the Spirit.